Hello friend, good to see you. In this video I'll be talking about my first ever psilocybin 5-gram mushroom experience. This time around I'll be going to space and I get to meet the mushroom alien entities. Before I begin the trip report, I'll give you a little context and why I decided to do this trip. This dose was based on Terence McKenna's recommendation for taking 5 grams in silent darkness. And the reason why I wanted to do this was because previously I was going through a depressed period in my life and I was preparing for this experience for a very long time. So I felt like I was finally ready. Now, I don't recommend just anyone taking 5 grams worth of mushrooms if you don't have the experience or that you're a beginner. I believe that you really need to build your way up to this level, because it can be extremely challenging and life-altering. What I found is that it's good to build a long-term relationship with these entheogens, as well as knowledge and experience going into the states that the mushrooms can induce. It's a teacher that is very powerful and is to be respected, in my opinion. With my personal history, I've been slowly working my way up to taking 5 grams over 5 years since I began my relationship with the mushrooms. Okay, so now to begin and to set up the scene, what I did was I ingested the mushrooms and I went to bed. I put on some blindfolds and also headphones. My girlfriend was also in the next door room trip sitting for me. During this time, I was listening to meditative music and sounds that I personally picked. And the reason why the sounds are so important was that during this trip report, I'll be recollecting my experience through sounds. I found that this is the best way to recollect the actual experience itself, for me anyway, during this trip. Okay, so without further ado, let's check out the trip report. Where do we begin with this? Well, started off obviously going to the bed, putting my headphones on and my blindfolds. I was at the first hour listening to Alan Watts. He actually puts me in a really good mood listening to him. And then afterwards the music turned, after the 1 hour mark, the music turned into the chakra balancing music. And that's when the actual mushrooms started to kick in. But then I felt sort of a little disappointed, you could say. I felt like, is this it? It's been an hour. I was feeling like, it's not really working. I've taken 5 grams. It's supposed to be a lot of mushrooms, man. 5 grams of mushrooms. And this is it. I'm not really experiencing that much. No visuals or anything like that. And then all of a sudden, this voice came through and it was like, you done, boy? Boy, are you done? Let's move on. And the music actually transitioned from the solar plexus into the heart chakra. And as soon as it went to the heart chakra, it just felt amazing. My vision anyway, just went completely green. There was a lot of visuals, fractals. I felt actually my little ego was like, wow, I was such an asshole. But the mushrooms were really nice. They were just like, look, boy, like, are you done with whatever that you were projecting? Are you done with that? Let's go into the journey. I was talking to myself, but I was talking to a bunch of aliens. They weren't threatening or anything like that. They weren't scary. They were just straight to the point. It was like, are you done? Let's move on. As soon as I did that, I had this feeling of gratitude, a feeling of just immense oneness. It started to go black. Everything started to go black, especially as the music started to go into ajna. As soon as it started to go there, I entered into the void. At this moment, I actually needed to take a piss. And so I thought to myself, okay, I'm in the void, but I need to take a piss. And I thought, wow, okay, I am conscious enough to know that I need to take a piss. So what I did was open up my blindfolds and I went to the toilet. I was very surprised that I actually had it together, that I was able to actually come back into my body and go to the toilet, and my girlfriend was just like, "Are you okay? Can I help you?" And I was like, no, I'm good. You know, I just went to the toilet, took a piss, looked at myself in the mirror. Like, there was no visuals in the actual mirror itself. I felt strong, I felt sure. I felt like I needed to go back into the trip, that I didn't want to get distracted. It was as if I was going back into the classroom. As I was walking back, the whole room started to wobble, and my girlfriend wanted to make sure that I was okay, but I said to her, I'm about to blast off, because I knew right then the music was going to change into shamanic music. This was music that was what I felt that was going to send me into outer space. So I went back into the bedroom, put on my headphones, and that music came on, and boom, I went into outer space. I felt just love and joy, just this immense feeling of oneness with everything. At the end of those sets of songs, this voice came to me, which I knew wasn't part of the actual song itself, but it was a voice from a grandmother. And it said, "Okay boy, you're gonna have to come and see me." This deity, you could say, came to me and it said, "It's been arranged, it's going to happen. You're gonna come and see me." So right there and there, I knew that I was going to do ayahuasca. As that music started to fade, it started to go into the opening of the heart chakra. Now this was part of my intention, was that I'd felt that I wanted to reconnect with that. And this was a really fascinating experience. Everything turned green. And mind you, as I'm going through this process, I am without a body. I am in a different dimension. I am without a body, in a completely green space. And I sort of lost myself in there. I don't quite sure how to explain it, except for the fact that it's just love. And I knew during that time my girlfriend came to me and she comforted me and told me, "I hope you're okay." And I was just holding onto her. I loved every single moment of it. But she knew, because she was trip sitting, that she needed to let me go and just to keep me going with the trip. As the music started to get towards the end, I started to feel uncomfortable. And then as the music changed, the lessons started to come through. This felt as if my body had been possessed. It felt as if I was speaking to a group of alien entities via the use of my mind. And some of the things that came up were this. They said to me, "We're gonna change a whole lot of redundant pieces of hardware and software that's in your system." And I thought to myself, wow, cool. I'm sort of like a computer, you could say, laying there in the middle of space. And new updates started to appear. They seemed as if they were installing new software in my body, and that the old needed to go. It was an upgraded operating system, a software update on certain thoughts and patterns and behaviors that wasn't serving me. It was just like, we've installed new programming into your system. And I thought to myself, wow, you guys are really nice. Like really caring and really nice. I thought that I was just gonna get slammed, like, but they didn't. And I said to them, "Why are you guys being so nice?" They said, "Well, look, because you were nice to us." Going back a little bit, I actually grew these mushrooms myself. I actually enjoyed the process of growing these mushrooms. I felt they were connected. I just had a lot of good feelings towards the mushrooms, and in turn I think it really helped in terms of the experience. They really helped me feel comfortable and feel good about them. So as my body had been examined in outer space, I fell back down and I started to get back into my body. I opened up my eyes again to go back to the toilet, and I was looking at my girlfriend, and the thoughts that were coming into my mind were, you're gonna need to look after her. You're here to look after her. And yeah, I'd felt as if it's important that I do that. Just felt this incredible love, and that I just wanted to be there for my love. I knew at this point the effects of the psilocybin started to cease. And so I wanted to ask the alien entities in which they came back again for a brief moment. I said to them, so where do you guys come from? And the vision that came about was I was projected into space, and then an asteroid came hurtling through in front of me. And then they started to narrate, which was, okay, so we come from outer space and we are traveling through space via the use of asteroids, and we are spreading our spores throughout the universe. So in turn, they crash landed on planet Earth and started populating the Earth, and now that's how we get mushrooms, and that's where they came from. And in terms of human beings, you guys, well, you are like our kids, and we are your ancestors. And the reason why you're able to ingest this and have this profound experience is because it's like coming back home. You have this mushrooms, the psilocybin, interacting chemically with the systems that are into your body, and an effect is being produced. So it's essentially like a key that's opening up the gateways to higher dimensions. An exploratory tool, you could say. That was the message that was given. Okay, so that's pretty much it. As far as I remember anyway. So after all that, I got out of bed, and the next thing I did was I had a notepad with me. Now, why is it important to have a notepad, to have something that you can write down? Well, you're fresh, your mind is fresh after a psilocybin experience like that. So I wanted to write down the lessons that I had experienced. Yeah, so the idea would be that I felt as if new downloads or new software, I got my system updated, you could say. Got rid of a lot of the bugs, or got rid of some of the bugs, because I still need to work through some, and did a bit of a tune-up, clean-up, hardware defragment, whatever, and updated the system. So how do I feel now? I feel good. I feel as if like I've gotten a new lease in life. Certainly my head is clear in regards to that cloud that I had before. What's really important also in regards to the aftermath is continuing in the practice of meditation and daily practices like yoga as well. That really does help in regards to bringing you back into these states. I feel good. Yeah, I feel much more clear with my life. I feel that I want to get on with things. I have a sense of energy, a sense of invigoration. Yeah, I'm not void from my suffering, obviously. I still have my down days. I still have days I get frustrated, but it reminds you to be grateful for the life that you're living right now, and to be grateful for the people that are around you, and the journey that you're in. And that's how I feel. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this trip report. It was certainly a deeply profound and highly psychological experience for me. I'm forever grateful for the mushroom entities for really helping me understand more about myself. Now, if you're interested in seeing how I actually prepared for this trip, I do have another video actually detailing that, so check it out. Otherwise, guys, much love, and I'll see you next time.